You went earlier this year overseas. You went to, I think, Japan to see some guys. I know that was maybe just getting your feet wet in that market, but it is a big off season for guys who will potentially be posted. How do you view that market, and how much do you want to be involved over the next few years there?
Well, we most definitely want to have a presence there, and you see the impact that Japanese players have had on teams. Really, I guess you could go back the last almost decade now. So we know how important it is to try to land those guys and just how talented they are. And when I was over there, I was impressed, I think, with the pitching. The pitching didn't feel like it was too far behind. I'd say the hitting's probably a little bit behind still, but a lot of really good players.
I asked Zach this question: how do you convince some of those guys not to be a Dodger? It seems like it's been automatic a little bit for some.
Yeah, I mean, I think you put your best foot forward, and you're honest with people. Hopefully the things that you say resonates with them, and they want to be a part of something that we're trying to build. And really, I think it's as simple as that. You just you put your best foot forward, and sometimes have to decide if you keep me out of the recruiting trip. But I mean, I got a little bit better. I got Adamas last year, so we're on the up and up.
I was going to say, as a player, the track record was not
that's
the greatest.
That's right.
You got Willie, you got Justin.
It's a blank slate.
Yeah, I know you've gotten a lot of miles going overseas the last few years. Maybe not as much now that you're the GM, but Buster went there this year. How active do you guys want to be in that market, and especially this offseason when it seems like there's multiple good pitching options?
Yeah, well, we'd like to be a destination for those teams and for those players. We'd like the NPB and the KBO to look at the Giants as one of the premier Major League Baseball franchises, how we see ourselves. And we think our community, our fan base, how our fans have taken to Jung-Hoo Lee, players coming over, experience a different culture, the support staff that we have in the clubhouse, that I think it's going to be a little bit easier for a player from that part of the world to come and assimilate to Major League Baseball. So we feel like we have a great opportunity and situation to offer to Japanese, Korean players. But a lot of it, sometimes just has to match up. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But I will say, when it comes to having an evaluation and being prepared to make a decision on those players, we will be extremely prepared.
How do you convince those players to not be a Dodger when they see Otani and Yamamoto and Sasaki?
Yeah. Well, I think my goal is never going to be to convince someone to not be somewhere else. I don't know if I convinced my wife to marry me by telling her she shouldn't marry anyone else, but basically just put our best foot forward about who we are, how we can treat them, how we can take care of them, the things that we can do that separate ourselves from those other clubs. We're pretty fortunate in San Francisco to have such a great fan base, a diverse fan base that appreciates what those players in particular can bring. So I think things of that nature hopefully mean something to Japanese players and Korean players going forward.